Hi, I'm Jim Radcliffe. The plyometric drills in this program have been specifically designed to improve strength and explosive power. And as such, they should be used in a complete sports training program. Because the majority of these drills are advanced, they should be performed by athletes who have completed strength or plyometric training programs and who are already highly conditioned in their sport. It's very important to employ core strengthening exercises which develop posture, balance, stability, and flexibility. These would include torso and limb exercises which employ flexion, extension, and rotation movements for optimum mobility. If you need help assessing your ability to perform these intense training exercises, there are several assessment tests available in the book High-Powered Plyometrics.
In this program, we'll first show you how to correctly perform basic and advanced plyometric exercises. Then you will learn how to advance progressively through the exercises. And finally, we'll give you guidelines to help you incorporate high-powered plyometrics in your specific sport training program. One of the best places to perform these drills is on regular grass, as it provides a resilient and cushioning surface. But be sure to avoid muddy or hard grass. A sand pit may be used as an effective final landing area for some of the drills. Indoors, you can use cushioned hardwood floors, running tracks, rubber weight room floors, and artificial turf. Wrestling mats can also be used for landings only. Because of the importance of making proper landings, select thin-soled footwear that avoids excessive heel contact. You can also safely perform foundation lower body exercises in your bare feet.
Before we get started, it is important to remember these training tips.
Begin with a warm-up of the body core, and at the end of the training session, be sure to cool down. Proper breathing consists of inhaling during the descent, holding the breath during the stretch, and exhaling with the jump, push, or throw. When landing, make between 2/3 to full foot contact with the ground, ankles locked, balancing your weight on the front of the foot. Always block the arms by moving them forward and upward. This punching motion gives you 10 to 12% more power and keeps your torso upright and balanced. In all upper body movements, try to prevent the recovery motion from returning beyond the starting point. Rest between sets for approximately 1 minute for low-intensity exercises and 2 minutes for high-intensity exercises.
The drills and exercises in this program will be performed along a continuum, that is, from low intensity to moderate to high intensity. As your strength and performance improves, you can advance to the more strenuous exercises. In the foundation section, we'll demonstrate lower impact or intensity exercises. In the power building section, moderate impact exercises. And in the high intensity section, high impact exercises. Most athletic movement originates from the hips and legs, moves through the midsection of the body to the shoulders, chest, and arms. Plyometric exercises follow this power chain and have been divided into drills for the lower body, trunk, and upper body.
Here are some basic guidelines for creating a 12-week sports training program. For each week, spread all of the high-powered plyometric exercises over 2 days, separated by 1 or more rest days. This is necessary for proper recovery of muscles, ligaments, and tendons. Depending on your strength and fitness level, try to do 2 sets of each exercise with 5 to 10 repetitions in each set. Begin your sports training program with foundation exercises for the first 3 weeks. At week 4, gradually begin adding the more intense power building exercises. while at the same time reducing the number of foundation drills. Here you can incorporate power building exercises that are appropriate to your sport. For example, basketball and volleyball players seeking to increase their vertical jump could select lower body power building drills, such as the knee tuck jump, angle hop, and lateral stair bound. At 9 weeks, athletes should begin to use high-intensity exercises in their workouts. Drills such as double scissors jumps, quick leap, and box-bound drills would be selected to develop explosive jumping power. Continue with these high-intensity drills until the completion of the training program.
Before you begin performing the high-powered plyometric drills in this program, be sure to develop a well-balanced and progressive training program. This progression will enable you to safely and successfully advance to the elite level.
The pogo drill starts with the athlete in an upright stance with the knees slightly bent, chest out, and shoulders back. Begin with a vertical takeoff, projecting the hips upward for height using only the lower portion of the legs. On takeoff, the ankle must lock the foot in a toes-up position. Maintain this locked position to ensure sturdy contacts and quick elastic takeoffs. The squat jump drill develops power in the legs and hips and applies to many sports. The primary emphasis is to attain maximum height with every effort. Assume a relaxed upright stance with feet about shoulder width apart. Interlock the fingers and place the palms against the back of the head. This will assure proper posture for takeoff and landing. Begin by flexing downward to a half squat position. Immediately check this downward movement and then explode upward as high as possible, extending the hips, knees, and ankles to maximum length as quickly as you can. Freeze the landing, check for quality, and begin another repetition. Progress from single jumps with pauses to multiple jumps where the jump begins just before reaching the semi-squat position. Work for maximum height with each jump. The box jump drill uses several starting positions, all performed approximately an arm's length away from the landing platform. The first progression begins in a semi-squat stance, with feet positioned hip width apart and arms back. The counter movement jump position starts with the same upright stance and foot positioning. Quickly move into the semi-squat, then make an explosive takeoff. The step starting position is similar to the counter movement position, but begins with one foot under the hip and the other foot behind it. Bend the knees and shift the weight to the forward foot to avoid any rocker step action. In pushing off, the back foot creates momentum for the takeoff. The last starting position involves a lateral step. The athlete is positioned approximately 1 1/2 steps directly to the side of the takeoff position. Push off with the outside foot and lead with the inside leg into a lateral move to a 2-foot takeoff from the original takeoff spot. In all of the takeoffs, rapidly extend the hips and knees. And while blocking the arms, quickly and explosively push off the ground into a flexed landing position on the platform. The prancing drill is the beginning progression for bounding. Project the hips horizontally off a 2-foot landing and takeoff. It's important to perform this drill with takeoffs and landings on both feet simultaneously. Begin in a standing position with a slight knee bend and the hips tilted forward. Take off, pushing the hips outward and upward with the knee of one leg recovering forward. Upon landing, repeat the takeoff with the opposite knee recovering forward. The upper body action is the same as in running. The ankles must remain locked in a toes-up position so that both feet land together. Begin the galloping drill by standing with one leg in front of the other. Push off with the back leg and foot, keeping the ankle locked to emphasize a spring-loaded landing and takeoff. The opposite leg is in a forward position, maintaining balance for the initial landing and striding. After executing 6 to 12 repetitions, switch the position of the legs and repeat the sequence. Emphasize hip projection upward and forward with forceful, quick extensions of the back knee and ankle. These should be accompanied by light, cyclic striding actions with the lead leg. The fast skipping drill is excellent for working the striding muscles. The progressions reinforce sprinting and jumping mechanics and help develop explosiveness. Begin in a relaxed standing position with one leg slightly forward. Start skipping while maintaining close contact with the ground, minimizing air time. Skip with a step-hop pattern of right-right step to left-left step to right-right step, and so on. Perform this sequence as fast as possible. Drive the toes of the lead leg upward with the knee forward and upward, and keep the heel up under the hips. The emphasis should be on maximum thigh extension, recovery, and frequency. The hop progression drill builds speed and power in the muscles of the legs and hips. Stand directly in front of a series of hurdles spaced approximately 3 feet apart. Assume a relaxed position with the knees slightly bent and the arms at the sides. Begin the hop with a quick counter movement jump. Extend the hips for vertical height and at full extension, tuck the toes, knees, and heels upward in a cycling motion. Upon each landing, take off quickly upward again with the same cycling action of the legs. Execute this action sequence as rapidly as possible. Work for height and distance, but not at the expense of repetition rate. The medicine ball over and under drill uses a 5 to 15 pound ball. Stand with the feet approximately shoulder width apart and back to a partner or facing away from a wall. The feet are flat and the knees maintain a slight bend. Pass the ball back and forth over the head and between the legs while maintaining a chest-out posture and full foot contact stability. After sets of 10 to 15 repetitions, switch from receiving to passing. The medicine ball twists drill begins with the athlete standing with the feet flat, shoulder width apart, knees bent, and chest out. Stand back to back with a partner or facing away from a wall. While holding the ball, hand it to the partner or touch the wall. Open the hips and turn the shoulders to give and accept the ball. Keep the feet in full contact with the ground, while emphasizing posture and flexibility throughout the half-twist rotation. One partner turns and passes the ball to one side, while the other turns to the same side to receive it. A more complex progression of this drill is the full twist. Begin in the same starting position and posture. The difference between this and the previous drill is the greater degree of rotation and flexibility. With the medicine ball full twist, both partners turn in the same direction, one to hand off, the other to receive. The shovel toss drill helps develop an athlete's explosiveness out of the blocks or a stance. Athletes use a 5 to 15 pound ball. Begin on both knees and place the ball on the ground. Keep the chest out, hips high and back, and position the shoulders in front of the ball. With the arms relaxed, athletes toss the ball in a line drive as far and as fast as possible by quickly thrusting the hips and extending the trunk. Execute a scooping or shoveling action, ending in a push-up position. Emphasize a full extension of the hips and shoulders. The medicine ball chest pass drill develops the upper body power needed in basketball, wrestling, football, and the shot put. A 7 to 15 pound medicine ball is used. Partners stand, kneel, or sit facing each other. One partner holds the ball chest high, with the hands slightly behind the ball and the arms flexed. The other partner anticipates the catch with arms extended. The ball is passed forcefully to the partner. The receiver checks the momentum of the ball and, before the arms are fully collapsed, pushes the ball back with a full follow-through. Repeat the sequence back and forth. The medicine ball overhead throw drill helps improve overhead throwing power in sports such as baseball, softball, football, soccer, and the javelin throw. Begin by lying with your back flat on the ground or a table with the feet flat and the knees up. Throw the ball in a line drive to a partner or against a wall. Keep the back and head relaxed and on the ground. Initiate arm movement at the shoulder joint without flexing the elbow. The two-arm progression drill is the same as the one-arm overhead throw, except that you use both arms and a larger 5 to 8 pound ball. Using the momentum of the throwing motion and the thrust of the chest brings you to a sit-up position. The throwing motion is centered at about the shoulder joint. Lead with the chest and follow through, flexing at the waist. Perform the knee tuck drill in the comfortable upright stance with the palms of the hands facing downward. Begin with a slight squat and immediately explode upward. Drive the knees high toward the chest, attempting to touch the palms of the hands. Upon landing, repeat the sequence, each time driving the knees upward and tucking the feet under the body. Perform multiple responses at a rapid rate with minimal ground contact. The scissors jump drill is especially good for runners and jumpers. To begin, extend one leg forward with the knee over the midpoint of the foot. The other leg is extended backward with the knee bent and is underneath the line of the hips and shoulders. Jump as high as possible with the arms blocking to gain additional lift. At the peak of the jump, reverse the position of the legs. Upon landing, repeat the jump, again reversing the position of the legs. Emphasize maximum height and leg speed. The lateral stair-bound progression drill begins in a semi-squat stance with the shoulders perpendicular to the stairs. The weight is concentrated on the upstairs leg. Now drop back one step with the downside leg. Extend that leg and knee and drive off the upside leg. Quickly bound upward and inward 2 or 3 steps. Repeat this sequence of down 1 step and up 2 or 3 for 8 to 12 repetitions. Then repeat facing the opposite direction. The alternate leg bound drill is a key exercise in developing explosive leg and hip power. Assume a comfortable stance with one foot slightly ahead of the other, with the arms relaxed and at the sides. Begin by pushing off with the back leg, driving the knee forward and upward to gain as much height and distance as possible before landing. Repeat the sequence, driving with the other leg on landing. Keep the ankle locked, with the toes and heel up under the hips to reduce the ground contact time. You can move the arms as in running or execute a double arm swing. Variations on this stationary start include walking or running starts, alternating the landings, such as right, right, left, 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 right, or right, right, left, left. Perform the angle hop drill on a multiple angle box or similar apparatus securely attached to the ground. Angle hops improve balance and lateral movement in alpine skiing, tennis, football, and gymnastics, as well as other sports. Stand in a relaxed position on one angled surface of the box. Hop laterally from one side of the box to the next, emphasizing a rapid side-to-side motion. Once the skill has been improved, progress to greater angles. The single leg progression hop drill begins with the athlete standing in a relaxed position in front of a series of 3 to 5 hurdles, spaced approximately 3 feet apart. Balance on one leg, keeping the other leg in a flexed position with the toes up, knee in front of the body, and the heel underneath the hip. Using the swing leg for lift and drive, extend the hips for vertical height, tuck the toes, knees, and heels upward in a cycling motion to clear the hurdles. Land with full foot contact and give at the knees and hips. After landing, pause and prepare for the next hop. Progress to multiple hops without pausing between hops. The bar twist drill is most helpful for the throwing and swinging activities of football, baseball, softball, golf, and track and field. Use a weighted bar of 20 to 50 pounds. Standing upright, place the bar on the shoulders and hold it securely with both hands as far from the center as possible. Bend the knees and place the feet slightly more than shoulder width apart. Twist the upper body in one direction, then before the torso is fully rotated, twist in the opposite direction. Repeat this sequence, actively thrusting the bar in one direction, then the other. Concentrate on using the torso muscles throughout this exercise. The twist toss drill applies to training for throwing and swinging. A 9 to 15 pound medicine ball is ideal for this exercise, which works all the torso muscles involved with rotating the body. Cradle the ball next to the body at about waist level. Keep the knees bent and place the feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Begin by rapidly twisting the torso in the opposite direction of the intended toss. Abruptly check the twist, powerfully reverse the direction, and release the ball. Concentrate on a rapid cocking action before twisting in the direction of the throw. Use the hips as well as the shoulders and arms. The medicine ball scoop throw develops explosive power from the core. Assume a semi-squat stance. Hold the head up and keep the back straight. Thrust the hips forward and move the shoulders backward. Propel the ball backward over your head, attempting to achieve maximum distance. The floor kip drill exercise is especially applicable to gymnastics, wrestling, weightlifting, and springboard diving. Sit with the legs together. Roll backward, bringing the feet past the head as in a reverse somersault. At the same time, place the hands, palms down and fingers extended, on each side of the head. Now rapidly extend the legs upward and forward while pushing against the floor with the hands. Extend the hips and arms forward, flexing the legs and bringing them under the body in anticipation of the landing. Land in a semi-squat stance. The horizontal swing drill is excellent for developing torso power and applies to baseball, golf, hockey, football, swimming, shot put, discus, and hammer throws. You'll need a 15 to 20 pound dumbbell, kettlebell, handled medicine ball, or similar weighted object for this exercise. Place the feet and hips square with the body in a comfortable stance. With the arms extended and elbows slightly bent, hold the dumbbell at chest level with both hands. Flex the knees and pull to one side. As momentum increases, check the motion before the torso has swung fully in one direction. Now swing in the opposite direction, allowing the work to come from the shoulders and arms as well as the torso and legs. In the sit-up throw drill, sit on the floor facing a partner or a wall, with the feet interlocked for stability. Hold a 7 to 15 pound medicine ball overhead and throw it with an overhand action. When the ball is caught, the momentum forces the torso to rock backward to absorb the shock. Resist this backward motion with the abdominal muscles and initiate the return throw of the ball. Concentrate on propelling the ball with the trunk muscles, not the arms and shoulders. Aim the throw at a point above your partner's head to produce greater momentum. Keep the arms extended overhead. In the arm swing drill, use dumbbells or similar weighted handles of 10 to 40 pounds. Hold the dumbbells firmly, one in each hand. Stand with the feet apart and arms at the sides. Keep the head straight and tilt the shoulders slightly forward. Drive one arm upward to a point just above the head while driving the other arm behind the body. Before each arm reaches the maximum stretch, stop, then reverse the motion. Continue this alternating sequence for 20 to 30 repetitions. The heavy bag thrust drill requires a heavy punching bag suspended from a rope or cable. The drill is well suited for discus throwers, shot putters, football linemen, and basketball players. Begin by facing the punching bag with the legs in a semi-split stance. Place the inside hand chest high on the bag with the fingers pointing upward. Hold the elbow close to the body and flex the arm. Keeping the feet stationary and mainly using the torso, push the bag away from the body as rapidly as possible, extending the arm and shoulder fully. Catch the returning bag with an open hand and break the momentum, using the trunk, arm, and shoulder muscles. Push the bag forward again before it reaches the original starting position. Concentrate on maintaining the same body stance throughout the drill. Switch sides and repeat, emphasizing quickness and explosiveness. In the medicine ball chest push drill, begin on both knees with the chest out, hips high and back. Hold the ball with both hands below the chest, with the shoulders in front and the elbows close to the body. Execute the pass by exploding forward and outward with the hips, while pushing the ball in a line drive manner as far as possible. Full extension allows the athlete time to get into a push-up position. In the medicine ball overhead throw drill, kneel on both legs with the ankles relaxed and the toes back. Begin the pass with a forward thrust of the hips, followed by a whipping action of the upper torso and a flexing at the waist. Keep the arms relaxed and the elbows slightly flexed. Lead with the chest and follow through with the shoulders, elbows, and wrists. The starting position for the double scissors jump drill is with one leg extended forward with the knee over the midpoint of the foot. The other leg is back with the knee bent underneath the line of the hips and shoulders. Once you reach the apex of the jump, attempt a complete cycle of the legs, landing with them in their original position. The jumper must remember to maintain an excellent shoulders above hips posture. For the single leg stride jump, you'll need a long, sturdy bench, rectangular box, or a row of bleachers or stadium steps. Stand to the side and at one end of the bench. Place the inside foot on top of the bench and hold the arms downward at the sides. Begin the exercise with an upward movement of the arms. Then, using an initial push from both legs and using the inside leg for power, jump upward as high as possible. When progressing to multiple jumps, move slightly forward down the bench. Repeat the action as soon as the outside leg touches the ground. Use the inside leg for power and support, allowing the outside leg to make minimal contact with the ground. Once you reach the end of the bench, turn around, reverse the leg positions, and repeat the sequence. Remember to attain full height and body extension with each jump. For the stride jump crossover drill, you'll need the same equipment used in the single leg stride jump. Begin by thrusting the arms upward and jumping as high as possible. The body should move over the bench and slightly forward. with the driving leg touching the ground on the opposite side of the bench and the trailing leg landing on the bench. The quick leap drill is useful in volleyball, football, basketball, platform diving, and weightlifting. With the feet together, assume a semi-erect position, facing a box 12 to 24 inches in height, about an arm's length away. Keep the arms at the sides and slightly bent at the elbows. Leap toward the box by exploding powerfully out of the starting position with the help of an energetic arm swing. While moving through the air, prepare for takeoff by assuming a semi-squat position, keeping the knees high and forward of the hips, and tucking the feet under the hips. After landing on the box full-footed and with locked ankles, immediately thrust forward again, extending and straightening the entire body. Finish by landing full-footed on the ground, bending your legs to absorb the impact. Make the initial jump to the box as quickly as possible, with just enough height to reach the box. For the depth jump drill, you'll need an elevated surface, such as a box or bench approximately 12 to 36 inches high. Use the elevated platform and a drop or fall to the takeoff surface. Begin by standing at the edge of the elevated platform with the front of the feet just over the edge. Keep the knees slightly bent and the arms relaxed at the sides. The objective is to slide or fall off the edge, not jump or step off. Drop from the elevated surface to the ground. In all depth jumps, it is recommended that cushioned yet resilient surfaces, such as well-groomed grass and artificial turf, be used for takeoffs and landings. Prepare for landing by flexing at the knees and hips. Practice making good landings before progressing to takeoffs. In depth jumping, the thrusting of the arms upward and extending of the body is executed during the landing, not after the landing. Try to attain as much height as possible, while minimizing ground contact time. Plenty of rest between each maximum effort is necessary as well. For the depth jump leap drill, you'll need 2 boxes or benches, one 12 to 16 inches high, the other 22 to 26 inches high. This drill applies to weightlifting, basketball, volleyball, ski jumping, and platform diving. Stand on one of the 2 boxes with the arms at the sides. The feet should be together and slightly off the edge, as in the depth jump. Place the other box approximately 2 or 3 feet in front of you. Begin by dropping off the initial box as in depth jumping, landing and immediately taking off with both feet. Now jump onto the higher box, landing on both feet, and drive upward and forward as intensely as possible, using the arms and full extension of the body. Complete the motion by landing on the ground with both feet and legs flexed to cushion the impact. With this drill, you'll need maximum rest periods of 1 to 2 minutes or more. In the box skip drill, you'll need 2 to 4 boxes in heights of 8 to 24 inches. Place the boxes in any order of height about 6 to 10 feet apart. Facing the first box from about 2 steps away, stand with one leg slightly behind the other with the arms relaxed at the sides. Drive off the back leg, attempting to attain as much height with the hips as possible. Block with the arms and drive the knee upward. Immediately upon landing on the box, drive the other leg forward and upward, attaining maximum height and distance. Use momentum from this action to leap from the first box. Land on the ground between the first and second boxes with the same leg that landed on the first box. Then skip to the next box. Continue this skip action sequence over the remaining boxes. The box bound drill also uses 2 to 4 boxes in heights of 8 to 24 inches. Stand 2 to 3 steps in front of this series of boxes. Begin by pushing off with the back leg, driving the knee forward and upward to gain as much height and distance as possible. Make every other step from a box. Maintain an erect torso and eliminate landing positions that foster overstriding or pulling the hips over and off the box. The single-leg lateral hop drill uses mini hurdles approximately 18 to 26 inches high, set 2 feet apart. Stand outside the hurdle balancing on one leg with the other leg flexed, toes and knee up with the heel under the hip. Take off sideways over the first hurdle, then over the second one. Without hesitating, change direction. Continue this back and forward sequence. You can increase the distance between the hurdles as your performance improves. In the single leg diagonal hop drill, stand next to a cone with the knees slightly bent and the arms at the side. Balance on one leg, with the other leg flexed with the toes and knee up, and the heel under the hip. Upon takeoff, project the hips at a 45-degree angle inside or outside the takeoff point. Progress from sets of 3 to 5 repetitions in the outer direction, 2 sets in the inside direction, then finally to crossing back and forth. The vertical swing drill is beneficial for weightlifting, Nordic skiing, wrestling, volleyball, and swimming. Use a dumbbell, kettlebell, handled medicine ball, or similar object weighing 15 to 30 pounds. Grasp the dumbbell with both hands, allowing it to hang at arm's length between the outstretched legs. Keep the back straight and the head up. Swing the dumbbell first in an upward then downward motion. Resist the momentum of the dumbbell in one direction with a forceful braking effort to reverse direction. The leg toss drill applies to diving, football, gymnastics, and all sports involving kicking. Equipment for this maneuver includes a 9 to 16 pound medicine ball and horizontal crossbar, chin bar, or stall bar. Begin with one partner hanging with both hands so that the feet are just touching the ground. The other partner rolls the medicine ball toward the hanging partner, who catches the ball with the feet and then tosses it back to the other partner. Concentrate on keeping the legs extended and using the hips to generate most of the counter force. The other partner catches the ball and repeats the sequence. This drill is a counter move to the shovel toss drill. It's an excellent exercise to complement resistance training involving the snatch and clean. Begin in a semi-squat stance. Place the ball on the ground between the legs, holding it with the fingers spread. Extend the arms, keeping the head up and back straight. Thrust the hips forward, moving the shoulders upward while maintaining full extension of the arms. Scoop the ball upward, attempting to elevate both the body and the ball to maximum height. Play the ball off the bounce and repeat the toss. This multiple response progression involves catching the ball before it hits the ground and repeating the toss. The multiple hops to overhead throw drill begins with the ball held between the legs and the athlete in a semi-squat position. Extend the arms and keep the head up and the back straight. Jump forward for 1 to 2 yards. Upon landing, position the hips over and slightly behind the feet. Flex the knees in readiness for extension upward and backward. Execute the throw with the least amount of ground contact time. You can also execute this throwing motion after a series of backward hops. The multiple hops to underhand toss drill is excellent for any sport that involves quick reactive starting movements, such as track sprints, high, long, and triple jumps, football, basketball, and volleyball. Begin with the ball held below the waist and the head up and the back straight. Now jump backward for 1 or 2 yards. Upon landing, prepare the body for an underhand shovel toss by positioning the hips over and slightly in front of the feet. Flex the knees in readiness for extension outward. Execute the toss with the least amount of ground contact time. The heavy bag stroke drill simulates the motion of a tennis stroke, but also applies to baseball, discus, and football. Stand next to the heavy bag with the feet slightly more than shoulder width apart. Place the inside of the forearm across the bag at chest height. Begin by twisting at the waist, keeping the arm extended, and push the bag away from the body. As the bag returns, catch it with the inside of the arm. Then powerfully reapply force in the opposite direction. Remember to follow through, rotating at the waist with each push. The drop push drill begins with the athlete in a prone position. The arms are extended from separate and elevated platforms such as boxes, blocks, or benches. Start by dropping from the raised platforms and landing with a strictly maintained posture, cushioning the landing by giving at the shoulders and elbows. Next, perform 2 to 4 sets of a drop from the platforms, and upon landing, perform a fully extended push-up. Finally, drop and explosively push the torso and arms back up and onto the platforms for 4 to 8 repetitions. The medicine ball overhead throw drill begins with the feet together, evenly balanced. Throw the ball with the knees flexed, followed by a hip thrust, torso whip, and follow through, allowing the body to be slightly off the ground. The catch and overhead throw drill begins with the athlete in an upright position. Immediately after catching the ball, thrust the hips forward with a whipping action of the upper torso and a flexing of the waist during the follow-through. It's important that you receive the ball in the same position as the throwing motion for optimal safety, efficiency, and result. The same principles apply to the more advanced portion of reactive catch and throw work with one arm. It is important to maximize efficiency by executing the throw quickly off the rebound effect of the catch. A smaller and lighter ball will be necessary for safe and effective training.